Hello, and welcome to episode 42 of Eledor Plays Minecraft. We're getting attacked. Where are they? Oh, geez, they're getting even further north than I thought. Oh, rainbow. That was easy. I keep picking up this rubbish. Anyway. Sort of action-filled start to this. I've really seen it from this side. It actually looks pretty cool. Need to fix up that section. And it's a dog. Expand out this way. Get the river all the way through. So ultimately I want to... I'm not a big fan of the gravel beaches. So I might try and green that up a little bit too as I go. And I'm probably going to get rid of this whole hill here. Mine is done. At least the first part of it's done. Obviously hasn't done it started in real work though, so you might be short some letters. We'll have a look. Nope. Yeah, might be able to make you make torches. Anyway, so I've been trying to get this one going here. Oh, he's done it. Good. It's taking forever to do that. We've got some garlic now, which is good. I do think the farmers get a little bit overwhelmed sometimes, so they can't keep up. So what have we got to at the moment? We've got a Fletcher's hut happening. Don't think they should have any issues any of those bits. Check. Grey carpet might be an issue. Where's wool? Oh, we'll throw there. When we were got some grey wool, good. Okay, do 10. That should cover us for the grey carpet. Yep. Brown carpet's covered. Frame spruce planks. So it's frame material oak and center material spruce. Probably should add that to our people over here. So I figure it was spruce planks, then oak. Nope, wrong way. Yeah, that's it. Let's check on Benson, see if he's probably waiting on. That was probably what he's stuck on.
What can I do for you?
Nope, he's stuck on the quartz pillar. Excuse you. As you see, I did get my cheeseburgers, if anyone was watching last time. Spent all ages just getting up to that point. The bread finally came in. Might actually get them to give me some more. I have a feeling those those water bottles aren't being sent back. Oh well, what would that one be? So I think the meals are getting better. I'm just going to check my fisherman. I think he might not be producing any fish at the moment.
Without this, I can't work.
Yep. Alright. Gotta get some string. A little bit of a cheaty way, but we'll do it anyway. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yep. This may won't be running out of any string for a while. As a weird zoom. One fishing rod per stack, so that should even out. Hopefully. Did I check out this? Yeah, I'll probably check that out. So I've got a residence going in here as well, so our miner doesn't have to run ages. I am contemplating putting a guard tower here, just to push the barrier out a bit more. But I'm also upgrading this one, so I might not need to do that. Actually, yeah, let's go up to tier 3 now. So that's the one Nia's working on. Yeah, there you go. Do need to get some more couriers going. entirely sure where I can fit them really. Also put a corridor out this side. Yeah, I wanted to flatten this area out a little bit. Jeez. Surprised it actually works that well. I sort of lost it now. Some of you may notice I did a Kenshi playthrough for the stream yesterday. Midway through, my computer decided to just go a bit bonkers on me and had to basically froze everything. So if you're watching up to about, I think it's the 1 hour 30 mark, the screen goes black for a bit and then I come back on. Gets me a little bit worried whenever that happens. So I don't really have the money to replace my computer if push comes to shove. I say that, but I'm pretty safe when it comes to that sort of thing, regardless. Still, you don't like your computer breaking on you, especially when it's use it for a lot of things. It's actually happened a few times before. Basically what happens is I'm just playing a game or something like that. I reckon possibly the graphics card's overheating. And the screen just goes black, everything just shuts down. That or the CPU. It's either or. It does seem to happen on particular, not really particular games, I can't say that. Don't think I've ever had it with Minecraft. But Kenshi definitely got a bit of a rise out of my computer. It's a surprisingly hot game to run, is probably the best way to put it. I'm not sure if it's a GPU pool or if it's yeah. Kenshi's not the best optimized game in general. There are packs and mods you can get to help improve it a little bit. They may not fix it, and I might have to look at seeing if there's any more optimization I can do on Kenshi to prevent it sort of killing itself every time I try to play it. I don't think it's. I think it's done it once. No, I don't think it's done it for Cyberpunk, which is odd because I would have thought Cyberpunk would be the game that would break my computer if it's going to break anything. Nearly done. I haven't done any extra work on the hood yet. Been having a bit of a slow week, so to speak. Been playing an older game I've got stashed away, which is one of those ones which I don't even understand what's being said in it. But it's a Gundam-based game. Came out on the Game Boy Advance, so I had to use a particular way to play it, which may or may not be approved. I can't read it, because I can't speak Japanese or read it, but I can recognise the word Gundam. This one which it's called a G Gundam Generation Advance. Don't know if it was one of my first exposures to Gundam other than Gundam Wing. Actually, no, I think my general exposure to Gundam was... First it was Gundam Wing. Then it was Gundam Seed. And I like both series enough that I've got box sets of them. The old DVD box sets. So yeah, that's my my anime youth. The other main series I bought was Bleach. It just felt a lot more blokey than a lot of the other ones which were coming out at the time. I couldn't really get into Naruto. I watched a bit of Naruto here and there and some of the highlights and stuff, but I never really watched the full series all the way through. I just got a bit sick of the constant flashbacks. Bleach had its own issues. It kept having the filler episodes, where the anime kept catching up to Kubo. So they having to come up with some unique ways to keep the story going, while the thing which I liked about Bleach is they actually had fun with theirs, and sometimes they were just deliberately completely made up crap. I can remember one where it was a horror themed filler. And it was definitely a filler. There's another way to describe it. It's just an excuse to draw all the characters in Halloween outfits, essentially. I think Ichigo was a zombie. I can't remember what Rukia was. Yeah. So my youth, so to speak, when it came to anime, technically part of it was actually sneak watching Cowboy Bebop and Inuyasha late at night, because they were on Adult Swim. For some reason, they had something like Inuyasha, which wasn't, I wouldn't say it's a particularly adult show, really. It's definitely more for teenagers. But they had it playing after 12 o'clock at night in Australia on Toonami. Really weird. They had Cowboy Bebop as well, which definitely was more of an adult show. But it's just weird they did that with Inuyasha of all shows. So the other one I remember watching is the 4Kids version of Yu-Gi-Oh! With Dan Brown. Used to watch that with my sister all the time. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of shows lately on the old... I'm not a fan of Crunchyroll. I find it frustrating how they should have the rights to all the shows that they supposedly host. And when you actually look into the backgrounds of it, it's like it's all owned by Sony somewhere. But for some reason, you're only getting... You miss, like, you get shows popping up and you go, hey, this new show just came out. It's like, wow, that's amazing. Where's season 1? Like, even One Punch Man, I think you can't even watch the season 1 of it anymore. I just remember all the old anime lab we had in Australia by Madman Entertainment. It was just such a better setup. Such a better system. Well, don't know why I'm there. Yeah, I miss the old Anime Lab. Really do. I never liked that Anime Lab was sold off by Madman to Funimation. Because the second that happened, and basically the quality just... everything service-wise just dropped. Funimation was never set up to cater to the globe. It was always set up to cater to an American audience. And basically meant any of its services outside of America suffered. Anime Lab was explicitly set up to work in Australia under Australian rules and Australian guidelines, and because it was run by an Australian company called Madman Entertainment. But I think the management in Madman Entertainment changed. They started going towards more live action shows. They moved away from anime entirely, and that's probably why they ended up selling off Anime Lab. And I think Funimation was trying to increase their global reach, I guess. Even if it was to the detriment of everything else they were doing. Yeah. I still remember when they switched the voice actors of Dragon Ball Z. It was like, it went from, you can say a lot about the Ocean Group voice actors, but one thing you can definitely say about them was they had better recording equipment in Canada at the time. Their voice actors are a lot more experienced. So they could run it off lines a lot easier. And I feel like a Canadian voice, it got rid of the American stigma. Especially for Commonwealth countries like Australia. And then when it suddenly switched to Sean Schemmel and Chris Sabat suddenly voicing Vegeta, and I think it was in the middle of... It was like right after Goku hits Namek is when they switched the voice actors over. It was just a huge jar because it was such a jarring mess because it went from the relatively smooth vocals which the Ocean Group were performing at the time to the rough, raspy voices, and it was almost hate to say it, but it was almost amateurish voice acting they did in Funimation in the early days. If you're going to be blunt about Funimation, their best work was at that time was probably Yu Yu Hakusho, and even that was a bit meh. And when they took over Dragon Ball Z, it was very rough to start with. It got better, definitely got better, but the Namek saga was so rough to start with. What am I doing? I'm just running in circles at the moment, aren't I? I'm starving. I'm not a long-term anime head, if you couldn't tell. Alright, let's see if there's any extra room out here. Oh yeah. Let's punch it out here too. This is why guard towers are so good. You upgrade in one step, increases everything. So if I get it up to the tier 4, they'll cover that whole area. Do that. Yeah, what's Ania doing right now? Ah. And there's all these people who picked on, going back to Gundam, there was all these people who picked on Mark Hildreth, who was the voice actor for Hirayui, saying he didn't capture the Japanese voice actor at the time. At the time, I had no way of listening to the Japanese subtitles without... Because I think in Australia at the time we had dial-up internet, so we couldn't download anything if we wanted to. We were limited to our pay TV. Oh, don't like you. Stop that. We're limited to our pay TV. Which meant the only way to watch Gundam Wing for me, when it came out, was through legal means. Which meant I got Mark Hildreth as Hiro Yui. Which meant that's what I grew up with. I didn't have anything to compare it to, and I thought he did a pretty damn good job. Lisa Ann Bailey as well. What's his name? Sean McNeil? Scott McNeil. That's it. Duo. All the other voice actors. Some of who are sadly passed away now, unfortunately. The perpetual Gundam protagonist until Unicorn. Brad Swally. I think he's... If you go by what he's played, he was Quatra, he was Amara Ray, and everything he appears in, I believe. And he played the main character in Gundam 00. And he was a Gundam pilot, just not one of the main characters, in Gundam Seed. So, yeah, Brad Swally, he was everywhere. Yeah, it sort of annoyed me when Funimation basically started taking over everything. Because you had a good mix originally. You had... Who were the companies? It was... Before Funimation, there was... who were they? It became Sentai Filmworks, essentially. But they lost all the quality they had beforehand. I can't remember them off the top of my head. But they did Full Metal Panic and all them. You also had Studiopolis in California. And you had 4Kids in New York. I really reckon everything in Texas or California has been one of the biggest detriments to voice acting in general. I like that a lot of things are now starting to move towards other regions. Like you're getting... Square is going to a lot of... Square Enix is going to Britain for a lot of its voice acting now. Probably never get Australian voice actors doing that, but that's what you get, unfortunately. Canada, I was very sad. Canada sort of fell off a lot. They used to be the main anime voice acting groups. They were basically contracted out by Viz Media and all these other big companies, Bandai Namco, all them, to do the translations for all of their anime. And you had Ocean Group and Blue Water Studios, I believe. They did most of all that voice acting. If you watch Stargate, some of those voice actors pop up in Stargate SG-1. Gary Chalk, he plays the Russian colonel. He plays Optimus Primal in the old Beast Wars, if anyone remembers that show. He also plays Optimus Prime. He was my Optimus Prime, to be blunt. He played Optimus Prime for 10 years, in between when Peter Cullen came back. Yeah. I'm just running around in circles talking about anime at this point. Anyway, that'll be it for today. Sorry if I went off a bit of a tangent on the anime. It's something I've been watching and paying attention to for a long time. One of the weirdest things for me at the moment is all these anime popping out nowadays. I'm just like, oh, I read that 10 years ago. Oh, I read that 5 years ago. So that sort of stuff popping up all the time at the moment. I'm just like, some of them been 15 years ago, actually. It's been a bit of a weird sort of eye-opener for me. I'm like, geez, been around that long, have I? Oh. Now, I used to be one of the most voracious readers of anything manga. If it even popped to my eyesight at the time, I read it. Didn't matter what it was. And also overbought on anime. I think I've got almost everything Anime Lab released on DVD in the cupboard somewhere, which I need to do something about because half of them I've never even watched. But anyway, that'll be it for today. We got a mine done. Guardtail got upgraded. This farming plot's finally getting worked on, which is great. And Fletcher's slowly getting upgraded down here. Beyond that, if you want to leave a like or subscribe, I really appreciate it. And otherwise, yeah. There'll be another Minecraft episode tomorrow. Nothing on Mondays as usual. Tuesday will be another Kenshi episode. It'll be, unlike the one which was a Friday, it's just standard pre-recorded. I usually do them for about 45 to 50 minutes. That's what I'm trying for those. Just fit a bit more content into them. Means if you don't want to watch the whole thing, you just skip through to certain points if you want to. I might start trying to put highlight points to go to or something like that. I don't know. I'll think about it. Wednesday is Cyberpunk 2077. And Thursdays is Mountain and Blade Bannerlord. And then Fridays we'll be streaming. I haven't decided yet what I'm doing for streaming. I'll probably go back to Monster Hunter Wilds. I've been having a little bit of issues with RSI. So my finger's been a bit sore, or I've hurt my hand, something like that. So I've been trying to take a break from more of the action-y focused games. In fact, playing Minecraft just now has been a bit hard on my hands, to be honest. Partly because I've been playing I was playing for an hour before I did the episode. Beyond that, keep doing what you're doing, guys. Look after your pets, look after yourselves, and cheerio.